Did you know that every Spellbinders press plate, as well as those from other companies, can be used in at least 3 different ways on our cards and projects? Hello and welcome to Karen's Creative Cards on YouTube. I am Karen Hashik, and I don't like to leave my Christmas card making until November or December. Christmas in July releases, such as the Home for the Holidays from Spellbinders, are a great reminder that it's never too early to start creating our holiday cards, so we're not pressured in December when we're so busy with shopping and decorating and other holiday prep. I still send out many holiday cards because I get so much joy out of making them and then love spreading that joy. My 2 favorite new press plates in the new release are the Day and Night Pines. So it's 2 full plates, and you get like a positive image of pines and then the negative. This one, the background stands out much more. This one, the foreground does. So I just love those. And then I got the Sending Joy Sentiment press plate with matching dies. Joy is my favorite holiday word. Well, actually, it's all year round. So I use the Sending Joy on many of the cards I made. You get Sending Joy, Season's Greetings, Merry Christmas, and Happy Holidays. So it's just perfect for all your cards. The first way to use press plates is to press without ink, like I did in the background of this card. It's a lovely letterpress or embossed look. It's subtle, although I put it on gold mirror cards, so I guess it's not subtle, but it's really pretty, and you don't need any ink at all. The second way, of course, is to add ink to the press plates and run it through your BetterPress, and I did that with this part here with the negative or the nighttime pines plate, and I used a gold ink and die cut, and the gold was on the sentiment as well. So this was all BetterPressed, and then on the inside I have another one of the sentiments and a lovely strip that I had cut off, and it would be a shame to waste. The green inking on this card really shows the difference between those 2 plates. The pattern continues from the foreground into the background. The pines are the same, and I layered it and raised the top before I added, of course, a couple gems and another Sending Joy. And then again on the inside here I have another sentiment, and this holly leaf was cut out of the front. That was cut with another Spellbinders die. And of course now all the details on all the cards I share will be on my blog, and there's links to those blog posts and the products featured in the description box. And the third way, of course, to use our press plates is that all of them can be hot foiled on a hot foil machine. I love products that stretch our crafty dollars. I didn't have a Glimmer machine, and I've resisted hot foiling for years. But when I started accumulating all of the press plates and saw how beautiful they were with a touch of foil, I gave myself a Christmas present early, and I bought the Spellbinders Glimmer System when they were running one of their great sales. So now I have a third way to play with all of my press plates. I can hot foil them. So here is, for example, 2 of the sentiments, and that was with gold ink, and it was pressed, okay? But here they are with gold foil. So I'm going to say I just love that touch of foil there. I chose I think it's called speckled gold, so it even has a little more shimmer and shine. And then I also used a speckled silver for another set. So I've got a bunch here ready to go for all of my cards that I will be making. I really am a newbie at foiling. But after watching a few of Yana's videos, I realized it's not at all hard to do, and I love the first few cards I've made. I added the speckled silver to a piece of vellum with the daytime plate, and then I added ink on the back of the vellum for a very soft look there. And of course there's another one of those beautiful sentiments. And this die here is the Essential Spellbinders Essential Arches. So here's some examples of green cardstock that I did with the two Pines press plates. And so this is the first one that I did, and you can just see that beautiful foiling on there. Now here is the negative or the nighttime plate, and again, I don't know, in the video if you can see, but those pines are in there, but because I chose a speckled foil, that's pretty bright, but I do like it. And then here is a more subtle look, and I used Lisa Horton's pigment interference Cloud 9, the charcoal gold shimmer ink, and I have that look. So I had three different looks. So I made a card. I cut strips of all three of those, and I made this card after seeing one in a Facebook group. Now there were no instructions, but I was able to see it and figure it out. What I did was I did ½ strips, and then I put ½ in between each one, and there's a little weaving there. So you could take a screen print of this if you want, or go to my blog for a still picture, and I think you should be able to figure it out too. So I'm going to ink this Pines plate up with Lisa Horton's Cloud 9 Charcoal Gold Shimmer. I used the regular gold pigment ink, but I found this works much better, and it really was pretty on there. I'm going to do it on black. This does work on white, but it looks totally different, which is what's really fun about this ink, is that on dark colors it looks one way, and on light colors it looks another way. I don't have a lot of room, but I'm going to get my Platinum 6 machine out and run this through. Which of course is what puts the pressure on and transfers the ink. See how pretty that is? It's a really beautiful look with that gold ink. I like to attach my paper when it is a large press plate with some temporary tape on the back, which I'm just going to rub off. Now I also have my Glimmer machine ready to go, and the platform is ready. So I'm going to place the sentiments here, and then I have a piece of red foil, and the foil goes down, and then I'm going to put my cardstock on that. And then I have my plates ready to go, and then we have to hit the timer, and then it takes about a minute until it's ready. We're going to make a new fun fold. I learned this from Sue Stampfield, and it is called a 4-piece puzzle slider card. So I have this template here that I made. So the whole piece is 4 1/4 by 9 1/2, and you score it at 1 inch and 2 inch on both sides. And then you're going to pick some patterned paper, and in this case it's going to be this patterned pines. And those pieces are cut at 3 by 1 7/8 and 2 by 1 7/8. And then the outside pieces are 3 1/4 by 2 1/8 and 2 1/4 by 2 1/8. And the pattern piece itself starts out at 5 3/4. So once this is ready, then I'm going to cut this with you and show you how that is done. So we're going to pull this out, and like I said, I don't have a lot of room here under the camera, but I'm going to try to pull this back in again. And once again, I'm using my Platinum 6, and what I love the universal plate on here, but now I also love that I can do, I think I have to flip it here, the glimmer, hang on there, and the hot foiling, and also the press plates. So it has worked out really well for me. The sentiments are now foiled in red, and I'm going to die cut those and have them ready for our card. So the die is very easy to line up and just makes these so fun to do. And I know I'm going to foil and press. Now my die cut machine, I don't have room to show you. At least this one anyway. I'm going to run it through this one. I guess I could have. So I have a choice of all these great words, but I think once again I'm going to do sending joy, but then I might do Merry Christmas, I guess, on the inside, or Happy Holidays. I like having those options. So we're going to make that fun fold card, and we need to cut this down to 5 by 3 3/4. And I'm going to keep these strips because I think I might use those on the inside, and even if I don't, I like to keep them, and they're really beautiful for a lot of purposes. So now we want to cut this in half, which is 1 7/8. So we're going to cut it in half. Then what I like to do is we want the pattern to continue from one to the other. So I want to make sure that I know that this is the upper left. So I'm going to say top left, which makes this the top right. And then this piece would be bottom left and bottom right. And then I want to cut this one at 3 inches, right? Yes. Okay. And this one at 2 inches, so that they are going to go on the card like that. Okay. Now I have a piece of red cardstock, and I am going to score it at 1 and 2. And then if you had a big card, you know, board, you could score it on the other end, but I'm just going to flip it and do 1 and 2 again. And we're going to fold up and down and find my bone folder. And then we're going to go up and down. And that is the start of our card. I have cut a piece for the center, and it could be 4 by 5 1/4, but I think I cut it down just a little bit because I just like a little more of that border. So it's up to you what it would be, but that's going to be attached in the inside. And when I want an even border, I usually use liquid glue to make sure that I have a little time to maneuver. Oh, you know what I was going to do though? Can I still do that? I think I can. I think I can. I was going to put a strip on there, and that's difficult to do if I glue it in first. So do we want it like there? Or do we want it? It's not long enough for that. So let's use this one. These strips are just too pretty to waste, I think. So I like to use them on my cards, often on the inside, to just kind of continue the theme, if you will. And then also on the inside, I was going to put Merry Christmas. You probably can't see it, but there's a little mark here. Then I'll use my eraser to get off. Okay, and then I have cut these red pieces to be 1/4 inch bigger than the patterned pieces are. So this one would be 3 1/4 by 2 1/8, and the smaller ones are 2 1/4 by 2 1/8. And I am going to attach these pieces in order and then attach them to the card. So we're going to start with this one, and that's going to go on here. I think I will use my Gina K just to speed things up a little bit, and I don't have to wait for the glue to press. And I'm also going to use it on this, don't get these confused, side here. and go ahead and attach these. So this one goes right in the upper right corner, and then I'm going to attach this one and make sure I have the top so that the pattern continues. So this one's going to be down here. There shouldn't be any space in between. And there shouldn't be any space on the bottom, but there is a little bit. I probably could do a little trimming. All right, this one. Is going to go up here. Whoop. And then this one is the top. And it's going to go on here and on here. So it is supposed to be a puzzle like that, I'm going to see if I can pull this up a little. This one is a little high. So again, it's a little crooked. I'll try one more time here. But it is a very fun fold to do. I did another one earlier, and these lined up a little better, and I'll get that fixed. So we're going to add a Sending Joy. And I was going to pop this a little bit with some strips. So I have a puzzle card that lays flat to mail. I add a little red gems for berries, Sending Joy, which is out of that beautiful foil, and then the press plate pines in the background. And then when you open it up, you see Season's Greetings and another one of those strips. I had great fun playing with my new Spellbinders holiday press plates, and now have a great start on my Christmas card making. I hope my cards inspire you to give some of these ideas and products a try, and you'll spread some joy too.